Welcome to my channel, Made Simple Solutions, where my objective is to help you understand topics easily. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please subscribe for more videos, comment below with any feedback, and like and share with your friends if you found it helpful. Today's topic is, what are liabilities? Have you ever borrowed money from someone and promised to repay them in the future? Well, this is in essence a liability. Liabilities are amounts you owe or obligations you have from transactions which occurred in the past. The amounts that you owed can be either payable within a year or, say, a business's operating cycle, and these are known as current liabilities, or they can be payable after 1 year or a business's operating cycle, known as non-current liabilities. An example of current liabilities include short-term loans. Now, these are loans that you or your business could have taken to cover cash flow shortages and promised to pay within a year. For example, bank account overdrafts and lines of credit. Another example is accounts payable, and these are amounts you owe for purchases you made on credit for which you were billed, say, to suppliers or creditors. Another example of current liabilities is accrued liabilities. Now, these are amounts owed for benefits or goods or services you received but were not yet billed. For example, rent or interest or tax the business owes but has not yet been billed. Notes payable is another example of current liabilities. Now, these are amounts that the business owes for which there is some kind of written promise to pay. For example, a bank loan where there was a written promise to pay document. The portion which the business promised to pay within 1 year is known as current liabilities, and the portion the business promised to pay after 1 year will be considered a non-current liability. Another example is accrued expenses. Now, these are expenses which occurred in the past, but the business had not yet paid for. For example, salaries owed to employees who worked during the month but were not yet paid as of month end. Current maturities of long-term debt. This is the portion of a long-term debt that is due within 12 months. For example, suppose a business borrows a loan to be repaid in 3 years, and $1,000 is due within 1 year, while the remaining $3,000 is due after 1 year. Then $1,000 would be considered as current maturities of long-term debt. Let's now go to non-current liabilities. Just as a recap, these are amounts the business owes and is due after 1 year or after one operating cycle of the business. For example, long-term loans. These are amounts the business owes for loans which are due after 1 year. For example, mortgages or notes payable. Another example is lease obligations. Now, when you lease a capital, say a car or property, you get the right to use that car in exchange for a series of installment rental payments. Now, the payments are called lease obligations, and they are considered as non-current liabilities. Another example is bonds payable. Now, firstly, a bond is a formal debt instrument that can be issued by a business to investors. So the business can borrow money to, say, for example, finance a project or cover some kind of deficit. Now, usually a business which issues the bond will promise to pay interest to the lenders or the purchasers of the bond every 6 months and promise to repay the principal or maturity amounts after a number of years at a defined date. This is a bonds payable, and it is a non-current liability. The final example that I've grouped together into is what we called other obligations, and this include amounts owed. So this includes amounts owed after 1 year, such as pensions and benefits payable, and any deferred tax obligations. This brings us to the end of our topic today. I hope this was a helpful summary of liabilities with a quick list of examples. Please subscribe for more videos, comment below with any feedback, and like and share with your friends if you found it helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.